don't say it like that. I'm also part of his family. You're not the only one in the family. He's got a brother, and I agree with Andrew. It's all witchcraft junk. You can't control other people.
Are you calling me a witch?
Well, no, the behaviour is controlling and manipulative. And
I agree with it. His behaviour is controlling and manipulative.
And he calls it rubbish. No, your behaviour. You asked Andrew to lie to his brother. Did you tell him that...
I told him that if
what?
Dad fished for information about me, please don't give him information about me.
He won't like that. Fish for information. That is... I don't know where you've lived, Rachel, and what you've lived with, but it's...
No, you don't.
Gross. I tell you what, I've got a fair idea because I'm witnessing it in your behaviour. It is not good behaviour. You can't tell Andrew what to say to his brother.
He can say what he likes, but I don't want my parents to know where I am.
What to say to his brother? Oh my gosh, what a little miss I would be. Who the heck? It's between them, not between you. It's nothing to... people can have relationships without being involved with what you're doing, what we're doing. Andrew and Karen could have... Andrew might be able to speak something to him. Andrew's helping...
And also, Uncle Andrew, if Uncle Andrew was concerned... No, hang on a sec. If Uncle Andrew was concerned about something I said to him, he should also have directly contacted me as well, since I was the one that said it to him.
Like that too. But he asked me a question, which I think is quite... didn't say anything about. What he said was, Mum, does Karen and Susan know, is Rachel staying with me? She texts me to not say anything to them. What the hey? What sort of stupid behaviour is that? It's controlling, and I hate it in my house, Rachel.
That's not what I told him. What I said to him was, if Dad fishes for information about me, then I don't want to get information. Yes, it is gross, but that is what he's doing, and it is what Mum is
doing. Why wouldn't you want him to know he's here? You're here. What the heck?
Because he is an abusive parent.
You're perfectly safe being here, Rachel. He never contacts us. We're not even on his radar, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I've seen, since I've been sick 3 years ago, he hasn't contacted me. It hurts. He hasn't contacted his brother. Something's not right happening in Karen's life. Don't think you're going to be found out being here, or he'll stalk your hair or erase your hair. He won't come anywhere near here. I don't know why.
Well, I do.
Why? Come on, break it to me gently.
Because he is an abusive, violent man. That is why.
So come in and tell me more then. How do you mean
no,
violent?
I've already...
Does he hurt you? No, I don't want to talk. Come out of your bedroom a minute. Come out and talk in the sitting room. Please, Rachel, because you're in your domain.
He hit us when we were younger. And
it's not good because you sleep in there, and it's an atmosphere you want peace and tranquility, not upset and hurt and all this rubbish.
No, I don't particularly want to talk about it.
Well, I'm sorry, but you've come here, involved all of us not to say where you are, and he's our brother. He's our son.
You don't have to directly contact him and say, Rachel isn't here, by the way, but just if he asks anything, just pretend you don't know anything about me.
Rachel, stop it!
Stamp your foot like a toddler.
It is witchcraft, what you're saying to me. You cannot tell another person, oh, don't say that.
I don't like the way you're talking to me right now.
You have to say why you can't, how you're feeling, why you wouldn't want to be.
Would you tell if Erin's ex-husband contacted you and asked anything about her? Would you tell anything about her to him?
He's not my son. He's not Andrew's brother. He's not his brother.
It's the same kind of situation.
She's my,
Well, I'm your granddaughter.
I know, and it puts us in a very tricky situation. Is Karen violent where he bashes you? Does he hit you? Has he hit you?
Yes.
How many, in what way has he hit you?
When I was younger, yes, and then it got more verbal, but words will have hurts just as much.
Yeah. Oh, don't, madam, I know about verbal abuse. Don't say that. So what are meant to say, you come here to be away from Kieran. You want to escape away. Well, to go away from someone, it's too tricky. It's really hurtful for a family that is still having a relationship, wanting to keep a relationship, wanting to speak to him.
Well, just keep your relationship with Dad separate from my relationship with Dad.
Stop again. You're doing it again, Rachel. Don't tell me.
Your relationship with Dad does not have to involve me.
I know that, so don't tell that to Andrew. Well, what do you mean? You're saying to Andrew, oh no, don't do it. It's rubbish. He hates it just like I do. You can't tell him. Why don't you tell Andrew what he's been doing to you? Not all of it, but... And so let Andrew decide how how he might handle it. He might actually say, what the heck's going on, Kieran? Blah, 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 blah. Let him have a relationship. Two brothers, they used to... Kieran might listen to him. He might listen to his brother. But you're all...
I have actually told Uncle Andrew some of it. I've told him exactly what I've told you. You obviously haven't been listening to me since you still think that he's a loving, caring father.
I can't handle this, Rachel. I don't know what you mean. The one thing about it, you haven't come to the right place to get help for verbal abuse and that, because he's our son and brother. Is it really that? And I'll tell you something else. You did something very wrong. I was prepared to go and get help at Amarama Tamariki and actually get help. This tittle, go and physically get and actually shake them up a bit, getting an outside person, and not me, not his brother. You don't know it all. I know a lot more about that than you jolly will think. And they shake people up.
You have no idea about my family. You have no idea about my sisters. You have no idea about my parents.
People go in, they're an outside person.
Well, I personally respect my sister's wishes.
And they go in and protect your sister and shake up Kieran and say, what do you think you jolly well doing?
I also know about Oranga Tamariki, and I know that they are a very incompetent situation.
They want you
No, they come in and they talk about it in front of the parents.
Yeah, I don't want to go down.
That's what they do.
That's all the help.
And they'd know.
That's all the help we've got at the moment. But you cannot tell me, Rachel, that a person, you can't go pouring it out and not expect us to give help. Yeah, we want to help, and when you do help, it's scary and frightening. You know, it's scary. And it's just too much for Andrew to handle, to be telling a person he respects.
I think
he respects you. He can have a relationship with his brother. It's got nothing to do with you, Rachel.
Based on that text, I think Uncle Andrew is perfectly fine with what I told him.
Oh, really? He thinks it's a load of rubbish. He thinks you're out of place, out of line, and it's a load of rubbish. Not what you feel, obviously. I don't think it's okay to ask me to lie, and it's not okay with that rubbish. So I don't know what all that controlling and silly nonsense, and that's not how you go about getting help, Rachel. That's all.
I wasn't trying to get help.
One family member against another, because look what's happening. A bit of truth.
I don't consider Dad my family member.
Come and sit down and say, Dad's done.
No, I'm fine here, thank you.
About it? Go back in time and say, Kieran, he doesn't listen to one person. He doesn't listen to his family. So, you know, there's not much we can do about it at all, is there?
No,
there's no point. Who gives one? I'm allowed to still maintain a relationship.
Yes,
with
you
them.
are. You do what you like.
You're sitting in a room.